Autobots, transform!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Last Prime Gaming. I'm happy to come back here today and drop another tutorial for you. Shout out to Broccoli, because I really do not like Kano. If you're subscribed to me, you know I always beat up on Kano in my practices. But today I'm doing something different, because I actually have a subscriber who actually asked me to do a video for Kano. So just for you, I'm doing Kano, despite I don't like him. So let's get right into it. As you can see, the moves on the screen, these moves are very important to Kano's gameplay. DIRTBAG, not even just DIRTBAG, even the other variation as well. But as of right now, we're going to focus on DIRTBAG, because this was requested. His standing 1 is -1 on block. His forward 1, bow. His forward 1 is +1 on block. His standing 2 is -3 on block. His standing 3 is +2 on block. Then you got this weird animation, yes sir, with that back 3. That move is -4, but just try it sometimes, because it's such a weird animation, people don't really get it, because it's a funky little thing, you know, it's funky. But also, it's not to be used in a combo. That move is specifically a combo ender, or just a move you throw out to punish your opponents when they try to approach you. Just to keep them on their toes, always check your opponent. Now this face breaker move, I feel like it's a great move, but it is a high, so there are pros and cons to this move. But it's also gonna give you that 70. Anything that gives you 70 or 90 is good to put in combos, because it makes the damage go up higher. But anyway, that move, face breaker, is +5 on block. And last but not least, the donkey kick. You like, why donkey kick? Donkey kick is -5 on block, just like Kano's down 1. They're both -5. So I guess they're poking tools, but if you want to do something a little different to your opponent and give them a hard knockdown so you can set up your opponent, you know, give you that breather so you can figure out what's going to be your next move. Gotta stay ahead of the game. Let's keep it moving. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this move, Blown Away, it's a cool looking move. It's a very cool looking move to me. The problem with it is, you should never use it. I mean, you could use it, but personally I feel like you should never use it. Well, Last Prime, why do you feel like I shouldn't use it? This is exactly why. Let's check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Let's, as we would, go right on into this move list menu. I'm stopping everything. Look at this. The startup is 1. It's great, right? Right. The actives, look at the frame data. It's non-applicable. Look at the nasty recovery frames. You're going to be waiting for 2 years before you can actually move. It's like inviting your opponent to give you a full combo. Because if I was using my main and I knew the frame data of this move, there's no way I'd let you get away with pulling off the whole combo. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, moving on. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could please look at the moves on my screen. As you can see, I have 2 moves on the screen. That's Deadly Digger and Enough Yabber. So, do you know which one of these moves is better to use? 9 times out of 10, normally when you put in these moves, you shorten the move to be able to do a stagger. Now personally, I would tell you the reason why Enough Yabber is more important and more essential to use. If you do Deadly Digger, you're -13 on block. But if you do Enough Yabber, you're -4. So which one sounds better to use? So my advice to you, if you're going to use these moves, consider committing all the way to them. I'd rather commit to it than risk getting a -13 on any punish. I'm not really ever going to try to give my opponent leeway to punish me, but sometimes it happens. But I will say this, there's nothing wrong with checking your opponent. So always keep your opponent in check. Because even if the high whiffs, understand you still have a low. Let's keep it moving. Ladies and gentlemen, I have two moves on my screen. That's Kombat and Blood Worth Bottling. Now, I feel like both of these moves are dope. A lot of people are afraid to do moves because if it's a high, they feel like, oh, I'm gonna get a crushing blow. Like, think about it. It's not often that you get crushing blow, but if you get a crushing blow uppercut from your opponent for doing a high, just understand that it only happens once. So once that's out the way, what do you have to be scared for? So anyways, let's get into it. Kombat is -1. It's a high mid. It's not that bad. Might be scared because of the high, but it can still be done. And plus, playing Kano, you're going to need to do this. And plus, this move is pretty fast. So for somebody to actually duck the first hit, they're going to already have to be neutral ducking. And plus, that mid will definitely keep them in check. Similar to Sub-Zero's 1-2. But Blood Worth Bottling, I really like it on block because it's +2. So even though it's blocked, you'll still be able to move before your opponent. And basically, if I was you, I'd end that like checking him with that down one, make him do that stinky leg. Okay, remember how I always try to practice what I preach? I try to tell you guys, you always want to keep your opponent guessing. You could do 1-1-2 just to be plus, but after your plus, hit him with this. Slap the chest. The reason why you want to slap the chest with the Vague Mighty is because it's not only is it good for psyching your opponent out or staggers. Like say you do a stagger. Here we go. That's a stagger. You want to always keep that opponent guessing. So when you do something like this, something like this, when you do that, that's going to give you, basically, you could probably get away with this because they're going to mash a button. And when you do, hit them with a Kano ball. If they block it, you know that they're aware of what's going on. You know that they have experience with playing Kano players. But what you do know now, you know how to set up your next plan. What's going to be your next move? Should I back off? Should I go forward? Should I set them up with another Kano ball? For you to figure out. But now you know. Okay, Prime. You told me about Vague Mighty, but you didn't tell me what Vague Mighty does and why is it important. Actually, I told you why it's important, but I didn't tell you everything it does. So, once you stop your chest with Vague Mighty, you get a Kano ball. Well, that's a regular Kano ball, but you get access to the upwards Kano ball. That's back, forward, and up. Well, excuse me, back, forward, 3 and up. It's pretty much done simultaneously, like so. This move, Blade Evade, I separated because it's -6. But what I do want to incorporate with you is if you mix this move with that, nobody's checking you unless they have like a shadow kick. You know what I'm saying? Something of that nature. Cause look, boom, you throw one, you're here. Think about the space they have. Maybe it'll be Johnny Cage or Sub-Zero, but just think about this. So say they're in your face, right? You do this, throw a knife, and you enhance it. You're not getting checked because if they think, okay, he's gonna just back up and throw this, they could just eat a double. Check this out. Ooh, sorry. You can just eat a double knife just from letting go of the block button. So this is essential to it too. But I just had to separate it because it was -6. It wasn't like -5 or -4 or better. Now, the difference between spewing and fair suck off the salve. Spewing is -2, but fair suck off the salve is +2. With spewing, you don't have a throw loop, but with the fair suck off the salve, have a problem. Make him eat it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly why I hate Kano. When you think they're gonna jump over your head and they just fly away and you don't know if they're gonna enhance it or not. Annoying, but good nonetheless. So before I get into Kano's combos, there is something that I want you all to practice. This into the dash, that into dash, that into dash. You will see why you need to practice that into a dash. If this, that, what I mean is back to, back to, back to. That back to and that dash will lead into your combos. Kano doesn't have that much combo ability, but he still has combos nonetheless. So without further ado, let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all I have for you today. If you have any questions, drop it in the comment sections. Don't forget to like this video. Last Prime Gaming, checking in, checking out.
I'm floating, I'm so out of space, like a nigga on the Milky Way. The gas pack got a nigga in space, like a nigga on the Milky Way. Twinkle, little star. Rolling the gas in the guard. I'm a boss hanging with stars. GT shine like a star. I'm floating, floating.